Ladies and gentlemen, I want to be very clear and precise about how I word this introduction. Bitcoin is currently breaking above a 1,000 day long resistance stemming back from April 2021. 1,000 day long diagonal resistance is being broken above right now. Now, we need to get the weekly candle close above 28.6K in order to confirm that breakout. But I'll tell you right now, if we get that, and that's in 24 hours, we are looking absolutely exceptional on Bitcoin. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the video. Okay guys, welcome back. Before we get into today's video, we're going to check out the VIP group on Telegram. You can go to my bio, the description of this video, and click on the VIP information and results group link. It's a free group to join, and you can see all the information and results, obviously, for the VIP group, the info including the price details, what you get for buying the group, the membership details, the length, etc. Then you got the 30-day free trial if you want to give it a try for free. And then we've also got the VIP results where you can check out the last year, the entire year of trading history. What our results are. Our current running win-loss ratio is 80.58%. Absolutely sensational. So go ahead and check out VIP on Telegram. Guys, let's get into the content without further ado. Okay, so charts looking at today. Bitcoin daily chart from a different perspective, 15-minute chart, so shorter term. We'll look at the weekly close, which is the most important thing we have for Bitcoin right now, without a doubt. We then have a 3-day chart on Bitcoin, very important as well. And then we've got a breakout. Again, this is exceptional, right? A breakout from a descending line on Bitcoin stemming back from April 2021. Big stuff, right? It's not a confirmed break yet. We haven't seen the weekly close yet, but it's on the edge of it. And then we finally have a little tweet from Robert Kiyosaki predicting a 135,000 Bitcoin, a 135,000 US dollar Bitcoin. Now, I have doubts about taking these kind of tweets seriously, so we'll discuss that at the end of the video. But yeah, a few things. I'll keep it short because I know you guys don't want to, sit through 25 minutes of content, but I'll try to keep it to a maximum of 20 minutes today. So let's go ahead and look into it, or even 15 we'll try for. But overall, I don't want to minimize the kind of, I guess you could say, importance of what's happened today, and in the importance of what's happening in the next 24 hours. Guys, I want to start with the weekly chart with that said. I want to make something very, very clear to you, okay? The weekly close in 22 hours is exceptionally important for Bitcoin. It's the most important thing on the Bitcoin chart that you should be looking at right now, okay? And I've said that the entire week. That's not something I've said today. I've said that the entire week. And I've said it for a reason. I've said it for a main reason. The main reason is this, okay? We spent a long period of time. We spent 9 separate weeks within the upper band of the Gaussian channel, okay? Having a failed breakout and a rejection, we spent 9 weeks within the upper band. While we were within the upper band of the Gaussian channel, we also saw constant rejections from the bull market support band, okay? As you can see, rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, rejection, 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 and we're finally edging above it on this weekly candle close. Now, the weekly candle has not closed yet. We've got 22 hours, but honestly, it's looking very, very good. All we need to do on this weekly candle over the next 22 hours is maintain above 28K. That is where the bull market support band is. I would say we need to maintain above 28.6K. So long as we're above 28.6K, the reason I say that is because if we go to the short-term charts, we can see that 28.6K is the top of this red box here. 28.6K is basically around the POC on the volume profile as well. It's really 28.6K that we need to be holding on this weekly candle close. But as long as we can do that, because we have 1,400 USD between here at 30K and 28.6K, as long as we can maintain this weekly candle, okay, above 28.6K, Bitcoin is looking very good, and I would say that actually flips Bitcoin quite bullish, okay? And I'm not saying that lightly, because I've been, as you guys know, a pretty adamant in the opinion that Bitcoin is neutral throughout the entire range. Now, we've been ranging since March, okay? We've been going sideways since March for 7 months, 8 months of ranging, 7 months of ranging, so it's not surprising that the price action is neutral. Obviously, that sideways range was caused by, basically, well, it's exacerbated by the fact that we have ETF narratives forming. Obviously the price was probably meant to drop here, okay? But the ETF narrative kept it alive. We had ETF news coming out around that time. We had Grayscale, for example, winning the lawsuit against the SEC coming around that time. So obviously people, given those bullish narratives in the market, people were unwilling to sell their Bitcoin. We also had long-term holder supply. So the supply of Bitcoin being held by long-term holders reached all-time highs around this price region as well. There simply wasn't enough people willing to sell given the bullish narratives forming on the fundamentals for Bitcoin. And that's probably the reason why we held this support over here. We've seen a big bounce because of that. And now we're coming up on potentially big ETF news. We saw just a few days ago in this candle over here on the 16th, a 2,000 USD price rally in a matter of 7 minutes because we had a fake ETF approval news come out. That just goes to show that when there's the real news, it's going to be big. So yeah, ETF is definitely keeping Bitcoin in this range. It's keeping Bitcoin above 24.5k, and for that reason we've been moving sideways for 7 months. And if you're moving sideways for 7 months, what does that tell you? Well, it tells you that there's neutral price action. If there's neutral price action, and we understand that market sentiment, that market movement is made up from sentiment, that means there's neutral sentiment. So rightfully so, I've been neutral for a long period of time on Bitcoin, but I think if we close this weekly candle above 28.6k, we get a weekly candle close above this red box, we're going to be flipping bullish on Bitcoin. And the reason I say that, I'll repeat my point I said yesterday, and then we'll get into some new content. The reason I say that is because of this, right? We have these two pink lines. This pink line at 24.5k, as you can see, the bottom one, and we have the upper one at 32k. They are clearly defining the Bitcoin range we've seen since March. And then within that range, we have this red box. That red box is built up from the POC on the volume profile and also from a visual identification of the support zone we found over here and resistance zone we found over here and here. So we have that major kind of dividing line. So we have the upper part of the range, the lower part of the range, and we have the middle of the range. Now, we've broken above, smashed through the middle of the range now. Now, provided this weekly candle closes above 28.6k, we'll have confirmed a breakthrough in the middle of the range, and we will, be moving to attack 32k. And look, I'll tell you this right now. I don't think it's likely that 32k will hold for resistance again. I think on a third retest, okay, of that level, it will break. You don't see triple tops very often in this market. It's not something you see very often. So I think that we will break 32k if we go up and retest it again, and I think it's likely that we retest it again if we close the weekly candle above 28.6k. Therefore, if we close the weekly candle above 28.6k, I think the 32k is likely to break. That's my opinion on Bitcoin right now, and that's why I think this weekly candle, like I said before, is so bloody important. Now, not only that, but if we close this weekly candle above 28.6, we'll also be seeing a confirmed weekly chart breakout of this RSI descending wedge, and a weekly chart RSI is quite an important thing. We've seen weekly chart RSI be very, very important, specifically back here. If we go back to the bull market, back in 2021, we had this massive descending resistance on the weekly RSI that when we finally broke it to the upside, okay, so it actually formed from way back here in 2021, you can see, way back here in 2021 it formed. When we finally broke it to the upside, that actually marked the Bitcoin bottom for the bear market. All right, so the weekly RSI is not something to be trivial about. This is something to be taken very, very seriously. And the fact that we have a descending wedge on the weekly RSI that could be confirming a break to the upside if we close this weekly candle well is not something to joke around about. That's something to take very, very seriously. And that's something that I would say would be propelling us above 32k. So realistically, if you want to take anything from this video, it's that we need to be seeing the next 22 hours be good. That's basically the fundamental premise of this video. But there are other things as well, such as, the fact that, well, technically speaking, it's not confirmed that we've seen that bullishness yet, so we can't jump the gun. And that's really showing quite massively in the 15-minute chart. For example, massive ascending wedge formation here, which is a bearish formation. You generally see breaks to the downside. We've also got a bearish divergence where we're seeing lower highs in the RSI and higher highs in the price. But it's just a matter of basically, yeah, we look bad. We look like we've got a reject on short term. And the same thing as well, like 3-day chart. For example, we have 3-day chart RSI showing us that we're at a rejection spot right now. We're at a top right now. So, the fact of the matter is, yeah, we don't look very good on short term. Yes, we have a lot of resistance right now. But if we're being realistic, how much time do we have until the weekly candle? Well, we have 22 hours. If we take this vertical line and place it 22 hours from now. All right, so let's go all the way over here. That's basically when 22 hours is, that pink line. So as long as Bitcoin, all right, by the time we get to that pink line in the time frame, as long as Bitcoin is above this red box, we look good. So all we need to do is maintain above this orange circle by the time we reach this vertical line. And that doesn't seem that unrealistic, but we do have to wait for it to happen because it is possible, right? Given the fact that Bitcoin can move upwards and downs very quickly, it is possible that this just falls apart very quickly and we just go back down and then the whole thing's screwed. So I would say that if you're looking to buy Bitcoin, well, honestly, it depends on your time frame, right? If you're looking to buy Bitcoin on a macro scale, macro time frame, your long-term buys, I'd be waiting for the entire range to break. I'd be waiting for a break of 32K, that's for sure. But, I'd be waiting for a break of this entire range we've seen for the last 7 months. I wouldn't be jumping the buys for no reason. But if you're looking to buy Bitcoin on a medium-term time frame, perhaps you just wait for the weekly candle close and wait for that weekly candle close to be bullish. But another thing we want to look at as well is this breakout from this very large structure that we've seen. And this structure, we have these two pink yellow lines. Just focus on the yellow lines here. You see this massive triangle formation type thing forming. From the downside, we've got a line from 2017, and that's forming all the way through to the bear market bottom. And right now, goes all the way through here to the apex in February, and then we've got the upside line, which is stemming back from April 2021. We kind of cut through it in the price, but we were ultimately rejected from it on 3 other occasions that make it seem quite valid to me. And so we have that, major resistance line that's stemming back basically 2.5 years from April 2021 that we've just broken to the upside right now. Now, it's not a confirmed break, right? Because we haven't seen the weekly close yet, but if we get that weekly candle close, we will have broken a 2.5 year, okay, so basically like almost 1,000-day long descending resistance line. We would have broken that to the upside. And to act like after a 2.5 year of resistance line breaks, we won't be breaking 32K, I mean, that's ridiculous. Of course we will. So Bitcoin is very much on the verge of seeing some very, very good things. And the next 22 hours are really going to, paint that picture quite clearly. So in 22 hours, if we get a good close, we will have broken a 1,000-day long resistance line or 900-day long resistance line. We will have broken into the upper part of this range definitively. We will have broken back above bull market support band and exited the upper band of the Gaussian channel, which was putting us at risk. And all those things in accumulation with each other should have enough momentum to make Bitcoin break 32K and exit this range we've seen for the last 7 months and re-enter, okay, the range where we saw the vast majority of the bull market returns in 2021. So Bitcoin very much is on the edge of glory. We literally have 1 day left. And if we close that day well, we are literally in the promised land for Bitcoin. Not quite, because we'd need to break 32K for it to be in the charts confirmed, but we'd be very much edging bullish on Bitcoin rather than being neutral like we've been for the longest period of time now. So that's all I can really say about the charts. We're going to discuss it more tomorrow. And tomorrow, if we do get that good close, I will be discussing more extensively this chart here specifically in the 900-day resistance long, 900-day long resistance line that we're breaking currently. One more thing I wanted to talk about before I end the video is Robert Kiyosaki. He made a tweet basically being bullish about things and basically saying the next stop for Bitcoin is 135K. The next stop for gold's 3,700, and all this, and silver's 68 an ounce, right? So he's making all these big claims. Now, I want to make something very clear, okay? I don't actually care what he says. I don't care about what his predictions are. I want to make something very, very clear. You should never take tweets like this seriously. He's not presenting any charts. He's not presenting any data. He's just saying things and trusting that people believe in him because of his reputation, because he wrote some book. Okay? He wrote a book, 15 years ago or something? And everyone likes the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and now everyone just thinks he's like this, permanently 100% confirmed source in the market. This guy was calling for 300,000 Bitcoin in 2021. Okay? This guy's not a reliable source about Bitcoin price action. No one is. No one who makes tweets like this without evidence is. So don't take this at face value. This will encourage people to ignore the charts and trust in some random opinion that was formed by someone who knows how. I don't know how. So remember, just because someone is famous, it doesn't mean they're correct. Just because someone has publicity doesn't mean they're correct. They could just be very good at marketing. All right, and that's what we see in crypto YouTube over and over again. We see crypto YouTubers, look at the top crypto YouTubers. I'm not going to name names. I don't want to get into beef or anything like that, but look at the top crypto YouTubers, the most subscribers. They are always, generally speaking, the worst analysts, because they are very, very, very good at marketing, but they are very, very bad at analysis. And those are two very, very different things, okay? Sometimes you'll find that someone who is actually worse at doing something, but better at attracting people to what they do, gets more attention. Because it's not about the quality of what you do. It's about how you communicate your ideas. And sometimes that takes I would say, predatory stance, right? Because realistically what ends up happening is you have clowns who don't know what they're talking about things and convincing people to do things, and then everyone loses their money. So I think that can be applied to a certain extent to Robert Kiyosaki and people like him who make these kind of tweets. I'm not saying that he's not a professional. I'm not saying he doesn't know things about the market. I'm just saying that with his level of popularity, there is a tendency that people just believe him for no reason just because he's popular. And you should never do that, ever. You should judge every single idea on a even playing field in terms of bias. That's the only way you're going to succeed in the market. So guys, thank you for watching. I'll end the video there. I want to quickly talk about the Bitget Bingx exchange and then also the Crypto Academy. So firstly, we have Bingx, guys. This is an exchange where you can sign up from anywhere in the world with just an email address and a password. It has 5 times lower fees than Binance, making it some of the cheapest trading fees in the entire market. And you'll get an extra 15% trading fee discount as well as exclusive rewards for signing up using my referral link. The same can be said about the Bitget exchange, the difference being Bitget is KYC and it's global except for the USA and Canada. So if you're anywhere outside of USA and Canada, you should consider signing up to Bitget. And if you're anywhere in the world and you want non-KYC, you should sign up to Bingx. Now, Bitget also has exclusive rewards from my referral link. Both of them do. So go ahead and check those exchanges out. We then have Crypto Academy. This is the Become a Trader 10-unit course developed by myself and Megawell Crypto. Megawell Crypto, you might know him. He's another YouTuber in the cryptocurrency space. We work together quite closely to create this course. We are the sole founders and operators of this course, and we basically encourage people to sign up so they can become a trader. It's in the title. Check out the information on the website. Check out the email address. It's on the website as well. Throw us an email. We answer any questions you might have, as well as send you any payment information that you request. Guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you tomorrow with that big weekly candle close. Cheers.